Let me think. Anyway.
But I watched what I would consider the top 3 fights because they're the ones on the poster. Meaning that the women.
Well, there were 3 title fights.
Yeah, I watched the 3 title fights. The women's fight. Which was Rose against Nina. Is that her name?
Rose Namajunas.
No, Rose against Nina.
No, Joanna.
I watched that.
So you know the results of all of these fights.
I know the results for the top 3. I didn't know. Because you know what I'm like with watching sports. I just don't give it my attention. I don't really put that much time to watching sports. So I didn't actually know, even though I've been watching UFC for probably 10 years. My dad's always been watching it. I didn't dive into the whole scene, but I would always watch it and appreciate the martial arts, considering my background, right? I didn't know that there'd be like, you're saying what, like 10 fights in a night?
Oh, there's probably more, man. Like,
really?
Yeah, you've got a whole undercard of fights.
Wow.
Like they start. Okay. Yeah, you've got a whole lot, man. I don't know exactly how many because some of them aren't even televised. The undercard generally would probably have about 5 or 6, maybe more in some. I'm not sure. And then you've got generally 5 on the main card. Sometimes it might differ. I'm not 100% on any of what I'm saying as far as how many fights are on cards, and the main card is generally 5 fights.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched the top 3. I watched the top 3. I know the results.
I can't say for certain that there's more because I don't see every UFC event. So I don't know if the fight night events get different amounts of fights on the main card, or I don't know exactly for sure, but it's generally around that. 4 of the 5 fights from UFC 217 were fucking incredible. I've generally have been a Johnny Hendricks fan, and to see him lose the way he did, kind of.
What fight was this?
Johnny Hendricks, and I still can't remember that fucking dude's name.
Oh, the Brazilian. So what was this fight for? Oh, it was just a fight.
This was just a contention fight. Yeah, like.
Oh right, okay, now I understand it. Yeah, the top 3 fights are the ones that are title fights. That's why they're the big fights, right? Wait, no, because McGregor versus Nate Diaz would have been a big fight without having any titles involved. The
headline fight was Bisping GSP.
Yeah.
Fucking George St. Pierre, like people talk, and when I got into UFC first,
I'm just going down into the
I knew about Michael Bisping because of The Ultimate Fighter, and it was a big deal. Like, this was long before Conor McGregor. It was a big deal that someone so close to where I lived was in the UFC. So I knew about Michael. Well, Michael Bisping's from Manchester.
Oh, close in that way. Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is not that I do what the fucking English do and say he's one of our own. Do you know what I mean? But he was
this side,
someone
this side of her.
Exactly. So we knew about Michael Bisping, and I knew George St. Pierre was just fucking unstoppable, man. He still is, like you saw it the other night. And there's a few other names, like I knew Brock Lesnar was in it at the time. And there were a few other fighters that I knew of. So it was weird to see Bisping GSP fight after all of this time. But GSP, I just say GSP because George St. Pierre just...
Yeah.
People talk about elite level athletes and who's the best athlete in the world. This man's name should be fucking put into that hat, man. I'm telling you, like, he's had 12. He's defended his title 12 times.
That's insane.
Matt Serra beat him, and I can't honestly think of someone else who beat GSP. And we may have said this before a long time ago on the podcast, but I feel it's relevant to bring it up now. The fucking man is incredible, man. Like, he's been out for like 2 or 3 years. Maybe, I don't know if it's longer than 3 years, but he hasn't been out. Like,
they said I think it might have been 3-4 years.
He's taken a step back and just been fucking trained the whole time. Like, people who do that type of shit, if they take a break from the sport, I don't know if they continue training. But GSP is just, and he was the best in that division. When the division he was in the welterweight division, was just fucking full of animals. He was the.
Which division's that?
So welterweight, it goes heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight.
And then feather?
No. So from welterweight, then you have lightweight, yeah.
And then
then you've got featherweight, yeah.
Yeah. So Conor started at what?
So Conor McGregor was in lightweight. Fuck no, there's a weight class that I'm missing. There's a weight class that I'm forgetting about.
It's like 8 or something, yeah.
Shit, there's a weight class that I'm forgetting about. Give me 2 seconds. But anyway,
he went up weight, and he didn't just go up weight, but he went up weight after taking 3-4 years off, and then requested to fight the guy at the top of that weight class. And then
who are you talking about? GSP?
Yeah. And then had a fucking great fight. And he said it himself, it wasn't his easiest fight. He said, like, he actually said twice, I think, in the octagon. I don't know if this was just because of, you know, being like a classy fighter and all that. But he said, you're my toughest component or toughest opponent in all this. And obviously his face was like he had like what looked like bone coming out of his nose.
Yeah.
His eyebrow had like a big fucking gash across it. And
so you've got so the lightest of the men's is
the divisions.
Flyweight, yeah.
Would you call it divisions? Or just weight class, yeah.
You can call it either one, man. Flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, light heavyweight. So yeah. Hello.
Hola Lolo.
GSP was the main man in that division when that division was just like every fucking title defense was just against this murderer of a fucking human. Like you could look the few names that spring to mind are BJ Penn was in that division at a point, Carlos Condit was in that division at a point, Nick Diaz was in that division at a point, Johnny Hendricks was in that division. Do you know what I mean? And that's why you're seeing all these fighters like the likes of Carlos Condit now, the likes of Johnny Hendricks. Nick Diaz has been out for a long time, but they were all fighting each other. Like they were going through these fucking these just slugfests, these ridiculous fights, killing each other, and then they had to go and fight GSP. Do you know what I mean? They to go like any one of them at any other point in time could have been a belt holder in that division, but GSP prevented it, and they had to go. Just put themselves through hell not to get a shot at the title, and then had to go and fight GSP. Do you know what I mean? That's not to take anything away from what George St. Pierre did, but what the point I'm trying to make.
Doesn't sound like it. It sounds like the opposite. It sounds like you're saying that they go through hell and then fight someone who was the worst of that.
You could argue that by the time they got to GSP, they had nothing left in the tank, but I don't think that was the case.
Oh no, I don't see it like that. I see it like the final big boss.
Yeah,
I see it more like that.
And he had an answer for fucking everyone, man. Like George St. Pierre still does against Michael Bisping. He has an answer for everything. He's. I'm biased with John Jones because of how skilled John Jones is. Yeah. But I genuinely think that George St. Pierre is the greatest UFC fighter that has ever graced the octagon.
Well, he's only been beaten once, right?
Yeah, Matt Serra beat him. No, I think he might have been beaten twice.
But to defend your belt that
12
much,
12 title defences.
I don't think any other fighter can say they've done that.
No.
Am I wrong in saying that? I feel like most fighters will just try and do something different, or just like there'll be huge gaps between them defending, like with the Jose Aldo situation and all that.
Demetrius Johnson's defended his title a shitload of times as well. Yeah. I don't know if it's 12 though. I don't know if Mighty Mouse has defended his belt 12 times.
Yeah, he's quite powerful.
But he is as dominant in that division as George St. Pierre
But
was.
Is he as what's the word? Not relevant, but as active a fighter? Is he like? I've seen him out of the ring plenty in the last few years, like doing like talking and being like a funny guy and stuff. But does he fight? When was the last time he had a fight?
Not long ago.
No, really?
No, not long ago.
So will we move from that division down to the next fight, which was
GSP, Michael Bisping. So the second fight of the night was TJ Dillashaw. Oh.
Yeah, TJ versus
TJ Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt.
TJ versus Cody. So this is an interesting situation for people that do know the whole UFC scene. Just hear me repeat something you already know, or just like enjoy how I say it. Yeah. For everyone else, here's some interesting new little bit of drama for you. So TJ Dillashaw was on the same team as Cody, the same club,
He was in the same gym. Yeah.
They trained at the same gym. There was this UFC show called Fight
The Ultimate Fighter?
Catch a Fighter or Find a Fighter, was it called?
I'm not...
Dana White's
Looking for a Fight.
Looking for a Fight, was it? We're basically...
Dana White's Looking for a Fight.
Is it called that? It's a bit cheesy.
I think that's what it is, yeah. I think it's just Dana White looking for a fight.
It's not that cheesy a show, but basically it's kind of like a type of reality show where fighters come and they prove themselves and they have like fights and stuff, and then obviously the winners are like, okay, you made it to the UFC, that kind of thing. And there was, back when Conor was on his rise up and he was starting to get fame, him versus...
Oh no, you're thinking of The Ultimate Fighter.
The Ultimate Fighter, yeah. Him versus this guy with the butt chin.
Uriah Faber.
They were the coaches of two teams, and in this reality show.
No, that whole thing goes back to TJ Dillashaw used to be in Uriah Faber's gym.
Yeah.
And they had a big falling out, and I don't know if they had a big falling out, but...
Wait, but I'm getting to the same thing as you.
Are you?
Yeah. So I'm saying...
It's got to do with The Ultimate Fighter, though.
It does. This is where it all started. So in The Ultimate Fighter, McGregor started saying to Uriah that, like, oh, I don't trust that TJ guy you have on your team. He's a fucking snake. I can fucking see it. He's a fucking snake. And the whole TJ then eventually came into the room. I found this clip ages ago.
I think all of that shit happened before this.
So TJ started going to a different coach, even though he learned stuff off Uriah. And Uriah was like, oh, but he seems like a good guy.
Same coach, as far as I know. His coach was a fella called Dwayne Ludwig.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what I know.
Yeah.
So he moved to someone new, and Uriah was like, oh no, he's just trying out different things. Conor was like, he's a fucking snake, I can see it. And then when he came into the room, Conor was like, tell them what you've been up to. I can see it in your face, I can read people's eyes and all this. And I was like, I don't know what you're on about. And then the whole team started standing up, and at that point, this the other guy who's versus TJ, Cody was on the team too, and he was actually one of the guys that stood up for TJ. There was this huge kind of drama fest happening between Conor and them, and then very soon after, only like a few months to a year later, Uriah Faber came out and said, oh, TJ's actually fucked me off, and he's gone off to some other team. And then Uriah's team, including your man Corey and all that, were like, well, fuck TJ, he's all this.
You've gotten it wrong. I think you've got the...
But I saw the clip, I can send it to you. That's the whole snake in the grass thing. And coming up to this, that was the whole drama, that why they hate each other. Because apparently
this all happened before. I don't think TJ Dillashaw was on Uriah Faber's team when Uriah Faber was doing The Ultimate Fighter against Conor McGregor.
But I've seen the clip. I can show you. He comes in late. He was off somewhere. Connor's talking about him when he was out of the room, saying, "Oh, he's a fucking snake." He comes into the room. And him and Corey are both on the same team. Yeah, this was way ages ago. I saw this clip, but that's where all the drama apparently started, or at least Conor calling out the drama. And now to see this fight, that's where all this drama was happening on the lead up to the fight, because they were like, "Oh, TJ's this guy. He kind of left."
TJ Dillashaw was at Team Alpha Male, which is Uriah Faber's gym.
Yeah.
And
which has Corey.
Cody.
Or Cody, yeah.
Throughout the whole thing, TJ Dillashaw came up through Team Alpha Male. Uriah Faber took him under his wing, got him all of this training.
From like college, apparently.
From super young. And TJ Dillashaw beat Renan Barão, or Renan Barão as the Brazilians call him. Ooh. And not long after he won that belt, went to a different gym. Yeah. Just jump ship. Was like, I'm not getting anything from Uriah Faber anymore. Yeah. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And just kind of left them high and dry after he had won the belt. So there's a lot of bad blood between them.
Yeah, but Conor called it before he did that. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if that falls in line. I'm not gonna. Yeah. I can't say for certain, but in my head, this all happened before Conor McGregor and before The Ultimate Fighter with Conor McGregor. Maybe that's just in my head that it happened in a different...
There's a clip with them all there.
And TJ Dillashaw is sitting on the benches with...
No, he's out of the room and Conor's saying this stuff about him. He comes into the room and then, like, you can see it in Uriah Faber's face. He's like, kind of taking in what Conor's saying. Yeah. He's like, no, stop talking kind of thing. But then you can kind of see the cogs turning in his head, like, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe your man is betraying me. Like, and Conor's like, you've taken him under your wing from so young and all this. And then he comes into the room... And then Conor's like, tell them you're a fucking snake, and everyone stands up on the team, and actually Cody's one of the first to defend the team. So I think that's what even deepened the worst in the blood, that like Cody actually was the first to stand up for his team, who ended up being an actual snake in the grass. So that's where all the bad blood apparently comes from. So that's what the hype was in leading up to this big fight. In the end of the day, TJ Dillashaw was a very good fighter.
Cody Garbrandt has looked incredible. Like, over the last year and a bit, he's looked like a really, really good, strong fighter.
He looked great in this. very paced, kind of like it was amazing. The first few minutes seemed to be like just like nothing really happening, and then just out of nowhere he'd just have like crazy counter punches, so fast, so powerful, and like also his limbs are so tiny. You know what I mean? He's got these tiny limbs, but they just kind of go.
TJ Dillashaw has.
No, I'm talking about Cody there. The way Cody hits.
Well, Cody Garbrandt has more reach, I think, than TJ Dillashaw does.
Really?
Yeah.
The way he punches just like looks like
very quick, very quick.
Yeah.
But see, those lighter divisions, they can always throw quicker combinations because they're smaller. Like you wouldn't see somebody like fucking Brock Lesnar throwing those same rapid combinations because they literally can't move the bodies quick enough. But you see far less knockouts. I know. Yeah. You see far less one-punch knockouts. You'll see one get kind of starched, they're on the ground, and then they'll get knocked out at that point. But those one-punch knockouts you see generally happen at the higher divisions because, and this is no fucking secret, that they're just bigger humans. Yeah. There's more power, and the human skull
cannot take that.
It's the same with NFL. The human skull, you can't grow the human skull. No. Do you know what I mean? You can't do bench presses for your head, like. No. But yeah, very quick. It was a good fight for as long as it was on. I would have liked it to go a bit longer, but I wouldn't have thought TJ Dillashaw was going to beat Cody Garbrandt.
No, and I was kind of annoyed at the end, and maybe because I was buying into this whole drama of he was the guy that betrayed the team and all this. Yeah, like I don't know a lot about it. Like I said, all I know is that clip that I saw ages ago on The Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, and then like all the promotional stuff leading up to this, and your man Cody saying the same stuff to verify all that.
Cody actually, I think, knocked TJ Dillashaw out and was saved by the bell in the first round.
In the first round, he did, definitely.
I think he was gone. I think he was out fucking cold. And as he was getting up, fucking Cody Garbrandt stuck his middle finger up at him.
Yeah, I wanted Cody to win. Which is weird, because I didn't think I liked him when he did that fight against the big, long guy.
Cody Garbrandt was fighting.
Might have been their last fight. Might have been the last fight he had. He fought this guy who hates alpha male. He's like a long guy, and he's always fought all the alpha male guys. So it was proper drama there too.
Yeah, he's fought.
It's becoming WWE.
He's fought a couple of names that I can't think of straight away because he's had to climb the ladder. But he's fucking good. But he's a good fighter. Guarantee you, they will fight again within the next 12 months. I will fucking put money on it that TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt fight again in the next 12 months.
But I think he actually said
maybe
I'm ready for a rematch.
Fight, maybe even TJ Dillashaw's first title defense could well be Cody Garbrandt, unless he wants to fight somebody else.
Could they do that?
Yeah.
I got the belt back off him because he took it off me, but now he's taking it back off me. Yeah. Because I took it back off him.
I think so.
So they're just going to keep passing the belt back and
forth? They'll generally what happens
is... Did he... Wait, you know when TJ Dillashaw said, the belt's back to me? I never acted like it was gone and all that stuff. Yeah. But was this their fight? The first fight?
This was the first time they fought.
Yeah. They fought. Okay, so TJ Dillashaw lost the belt to someone who Cody beat to get the belt, and now TJ got it back. So who beat Cody to get that? Or who did the opposite way around?
TJ Dillashaw lost to... Fuck.
I lost the fuck.
I can't remember.
That's all good. We move to the next fight.
But I think the belt exchanged hands again before Cody Garbrandt got his hands on it.
Oh, right.
So TJ Dillashaw lost,
gave it to this person.
And then they lost, and then Cody Garbrandt got it then.
Cody, and then back to TJ.
There's just so fucking many fighters, man.
Dana White says all the time, you can never really predict how these things are going to go. No. And it's amazing how surprising a fight can be compared to other sports. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think so. I think there's more room for just, what the fuck, you know?
Well, that happened in the women's fight. Nobody saw the women's fight go. We'll just skip one and go.
Yeah. What? Skip one? That is the third one.
No, I think Wonderboy Thompson's fight was the third fight. Yeah. So.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear about that.
So number 5
don't know if
for the fourth fight of the night, or the second fight of the night.
Wasn't a title fight.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Was it?
Joanna Jędrzejczyk is the champion. She's been kicking ass.
No, I know she was.
Oh, well, sorry, Stephen Thompson's fight. Yeah. No, that wasn't a title fight. No. Because Tyron Woodley's the belt.
Oh, no, I've been following her. I've been enjoying her. She's interesting. She has a lot of similar McGregor stuff. She writes positive things on her water
Yeah.
She's like quite a centered, like
she's always
focused,
with men.
motivated person in one way, but then like she gets on front of people and she's very taunting. She slags them. She gets right up in their face. She's tough.
Very interesting woman, yeah.
But Rose only fights with men as well, and she's a very interesting character. She is very zen, man. She doesn't say anything. She just stays in her own world.
Yeah.
And
very, no, I'm not going to say self-obsessed, but very in herself and
Yeah.
very in the mode. Like she's just ready to fight. Yeah.
one punch.
Oh yeah.
She punched
Twice,
her.
knocked her
Twice,
down
yeah.
once, and then got her again. Yeah.
But the second time, holy shit, she like knocked her out and then did one of those things you see in UFC where you're always like, Jesus, like Christ, like it looks so violent.
Ground and pound.
The jump, jump in the air and land. Yeah. That's just insane to have a fit. Oh, but like I don't know why I'm not having a go, but I do hate when I do kind of hate when people think they're saving the world.
Can I get some water, please?
Of course. Do you know what I mean? Like when she was asked about the fight, she was like, "Oh, you know, at the end of the day, I just wanna use my talents to make the world a better place. You know, we just have to give each other hugs.
Did she?
We just have to give each other hugs. Just give each other love and respect." And you kind of see Joe kind of like doing eyes for a second. She was like, "But also like kick ass, you know, like fight and stuff." And then I was like, "All right, okay, that's all right." It's just like you're a fighter. Like I'm not saying you can't be a loving person and also enjoy martial arts, but you just jumped in the air when someone was literally had a blackout. And you landed with your fist in their face and then pounded their head 10 times and then got up and said, "I just want to make the world a better place and share love and give hugs." I'm not saying she doesn't actually mean that, but I'm just saying it's a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
After like when Gandhi says it, you're like, yeah, he's right. But like when a fighter lands on another person's face with their fist and then continues 10 times, it's hard to believe them when they say, "I just want love in the world and hug each other." It's I'm not saying it's not right. I'm just saying it didn't look right. Something. I don't know.
I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
You see it in people, and a great example are the Diaz brothers.
Yeah.
The Diaz brothers just love to fight.
Yeah.
Like if they weren't fighting, they'd be out in the streets fighting.
Yeah.
Just for no money. Some people, and George St. Pierre is a great example of it, doesn't necessarily enjoy fighting, and he's come out and said he gets nervous before fights. Yeah, George St. Pierre gets nervous before he fights, but he's fucking incredible at it. Like he's just unbelievable at it. And I think if you look at it, then you see people who are just scrappers. You've got the scrappers, and you've got the people who are skilled at fighting, who don't necessarily emotionally like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I actually love the process and the discipline, and tactics, technique. I love the world of fighting. But if you ask me, do you want to hit another person? The answer is no, unless it's for self-defense. I don't have any. I'm not a natural fighter. I don't have an impulse to fight. Do I have an interest in movement, in like techniques? I love all that shit. But like you said, that's a form of sport or a form of just like, I don't know, a discipline, a hobby. It's separate to wanting to hit someone.
Rose Namajunas might just be one of those people who rather the peace, but it just so happens that she can kick your fucking ass. Yeah. Do you know?
She only shaved her head, like, I think it was a year or two.
It was a while back.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I remember watching her do it in one of those embedded things like a year ago.
She was like, it's getting in my way.
Yeah. Aerodynamics and all that. And I like that she did that, because I think people are calling her like really pretty and all this, because she had like long hair and she has like a little round face, and everyone was like, "Oh, she's like the pretty girl on UFC," and she was like, "Alright, fuck you, I'll shave my head then." And I was like, "Oh, okay, people take you more seriously now, maybe." But she's a good fighter, man.
Surprised everybody. I will hold my hand up and say I didn't think that fight was going to go that way at all. I thought Joanna was just going to win convincingly. Didn't give anywhere near enough credit to Rose that I should have.
But then she got to that point. That's the thing, you always forget. And like her other fights, but she never really won like that, did she? Because she usually wins. Oh wait, she didn't knock her out in the end, did she?
Oh, she did.
Oh, she did, yeah.
Oh yeah, she.
But
it
might
have been stopped, but
no. That's it. No,
before,
she did. She jumped on the fist and then she kept. But no, I think usually people are tapping out with her. I think it's usually a wrestle move to to guard.
She is quite good on the ground. She's got good ground game.
What's it called?
What?
Like a choke or a armbar. You know, like
there's a million different submission moves.
I know a submission. She wins the submission. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing I meant.
Big surprise. Didn't see it going the way it did. I thought Joanna would have been more equipped for that type of game than she was, and she just looked. I think the first knockdown just stunned her. She was like, "What the fuck? What?" Got up, tried to go back at it, and then I think her game plan changed. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to pull something out of the bag here." Got caught again, and then that was game over.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it now.
That for me was the maddest fight of the night. I was just like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? It was just I would say fight of the night, but I think fight of the night was probably GSP Bisping.
Oh, I agree. That was a great fight. All three. I think that those three
good fights. Yeah.
Like what a fucking what a night for UFC.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Great.
Now all I want is McGregor back now.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is a great fight.
See, this is the thing as well, right? This is the thing. Everyone's been like, there's been a lot of talk in the past about McGregor versus Habib. Is that his name?
Yeah, Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Khabib. But I think it's
like a
Habib,
like a hard H sound, like
Habib. Habib, yeah. Habib. But he's from Russia.
He's from
Russia.
No, he's not. He's from one of the Soviet states.
Oh.
Fuck, I can't remember. I'm doing bad with names and titles today.
It's all good, you don't need to.
But he's not from Russia. He's from one of these kind of Uzbekistan places. Yeah.
But like Russia, UFC is massive in Russia, and like they've been talking about they've been talking at least about a fight in Russia. But apparently he is really bad for not making weight, or just been like, I won't show up last minute or something. I don't know. Like he's got a bad reputation for that, which doesn't sound like a good fighter to me.
Yeah.
Like a good.
He's weird. He's like the Ivan Drago of the UFC, man. He's just this wild man. Like from the Rocky films. He's the typical villain of the.
Which one's Ivan Drago?
Ivan Drago was Dolph Lundgren in the
Rocky
films.
Rocky 2.
If he dies, he dies. No,
Rocky
I think it was Rocky 3. Yeah.
Yeah. The futuristic. Yeah, all the futuristic stuff, and Rocky was in the barn
with the log dragging shit through the snow.
Yeah, and your man's there with wires going into him.
Yeah. Except he's more like the one in the barn. You know, like Khabib Nurmagomedov is more like he's out just dragging.
So he's Rocky.
Yeah, but the role he's like the villain. You know, Conor McGregor is like the hero of the UFC, and Khabib is like this. I want my title shot. You know, in the background, like. I don't know if that fight is ever going to go ahead because I don't know.
And then there's that other guy that's taunting Conor for a fight.
Everyone is, man.
But
anyone remotely near Conor McGregor's weight class is calling him out because
but the ones that are considered was Khabib for a while, and now more recently is your one who won a fight. He's really cheesy. He's really fucking cheesy.
Max Holloway.
I think it might be Max Holloway.
Conor McGregor beat Max Holloway.
No, not Max Holloway. It's not. Fuck, what's his name?
Oh,
he's like, now you gotta deal with me. Now you gotta deal with me, amigo, compadre.
Oh, Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson.
Yeah. He's a fucking asshole.
But he's been winning like crazy, and that's why.
Yeah, he is.
And he's like, I've been saving my gun material for you, McGregor.
Yeah.
He's so corny.
I'm not a fan of him.
I don't think a lot of people are, but he's so cheesy. It's great. Who's joining? Hey guys, what's up? The pod couple. The pod couple are always watching us. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stuff, guys.
So do we.
So do you want? Yeah, man, enjoy it and watch out. The apple tart's gonna follow. You almost have to eat it backwards. It's nice, but my granny makes such good apple tart. But that anything that's remotely apple tart, apple crumble, apple pie, it just tastes like a fucking fuck. You know, it doesn't taste good.
It's a good apple.
I don't like
apple
it.
donut. Do you like the cinnamon?
I don't like that whole thing. Wow. I knew I wouldn't. If you've grown up with my granny's apple tart, man, you would just judge apple tart to shreds. Like I just find.
What do you compare an apple tart to an apple donut?
It's not that I want to compare. It's that I've tasted the best, and now I just can't. It's ruined it.
Tasted the best of appley goodness.
I have, and I just can't eat something like that now because I'm like, the apple chunks are weird because it's chunks instead of like a. I don't know, man.
One thing I will say is
my granny makes apple tart like a goddess. It's so good.
The apple in this is crunchy. which is nice. I don't like when you get a bit of soft, shitty, chewy apple.
I don't like either. My granny does something in between. She mashes the apple. It becomes just like one kind of...
Paste?
It's not a paste, because that makes it sound like there's not enough substance, but it's great the way she does it. It's not hard like an apple. She gets cooking apples, and she softens them. She boils them or something. She mashes them. She makes them there's no bite. There's no chunk. And then she uses almonds as well for like for the actual...
Wait a minute, I think I've had some of this before.
You haven't had my granny's, man. You definitely haven't. She doesn't make it anymore. That's the thing. I've been trying to convince her to make it because I want to make a video of her making the apple tart.
That'd be good.
I think it would be the most spectacular video to have ever been created about apple tart.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
See UFC.
So yeah, the other fight of the night was Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Nice.
Great fighter. Big fan of Stephen Thompson. Yeah.
Really? I think he bores me.
Really?
Wait, who? Wonderboy.
Wonderboy Thompson. Yeah.
Do you know why I think he bores me? There was a big fight ages ago.
That was Tyron Woodley's fault, man. That fight was Tyron Woodley's fault. Tyron Woodley's a boring fighter.
They're both boring. That was one of the most boring fights ever. It was hyped up so much because it was after McGregor. McGregor was in the title card before that fight. Like whatever, a few months or whatever. I don't know how often they do them. And so for this one, they didn't have much going. It seemed like a very poor UFC one. And that was the one they kept pushing on the media. And the two of them were supposed to be like going head to head. Tywin is a bit cheesy. And then Wonderboy is just like, I don't know, like an altar boy almost. He's like really nice and he's just smiling. And I was like, I don't like that now they're trying to force everyone to be like McGregor against people. It's like, if it's not natural, don't do the Tony Ferguson on it. Don't wear glasses and then take them off and be like, now you gotta deal with it.
It's like Horatio Kane and fucking CSI, like now you've got to face me.
Yeah. It's like there's like someone missing a head and he's like, oh wait, I gotta do this properly. Stick on glasses. Wait, will you
yeah.
Will you do the music when I do it right?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So there's like I've come onto the scene, right? I've got my ginger hair, got my glasses on, like, what seems to be the problem? What's my name? Horatio?
Horatio, yeah.
Well, Horatio, this man was out last night and now he's decapitated by this river. Right, something like that. So there's a body.
A headless person.
There's a headless person. And I was like, so he's clearly out drinking.
Yeah.
So I've really built this up way too much. I was so I'm like, well, that's one hell of a... wait. Oh no, I did it the wrong way. No, hold on. I can recover. I can work. No, hold on. I got it. That's one hell of a hangover.
Damn. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
Who are you?
It's Don't Get Filled Again. I think it's the CSI Miami one, isn't it?
I really wanna. Who are you? No, it's not.
They use a few Who songs. Oh, do I get a pair as well?
It's Who Are You as the intro.
So what one of the CSI uses Don't Get Filled Again?
Well, it's not Miami.
It's been a long time since I've seen CSI Miami.
CSI Miami is definitely the...
Yep.
You like them? Or do you want to try these ones?
This moustache, man, I can't get away with glasses.
Oh, really? You think so?
I keep looking at myself with this moustache and my hair is longer than it normally was. I know I grew it last winter for shits and gigs, but I'm growing my hair out again for the winter months to keep my head warm.
I know the feeling.
Fucking ridiculous with this moustache, this little moustache thing, this hair.
Well, that's why you do it.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm doing it. But I can't get away with glasses on top of them. I'm gonna become a circus act.
What about me?
Yeah, it suits you.
Suits me. Which suits me better, the Aviators or the
Wayfarers?
The M or these ones?
Those.
These ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll continue to wear these for the rest of the show then.
Okay. So Stephen Wonderboy Thompson won. He's a good fighter. I like him.
Was it good? Should I check it out on YouTube? Like a highlights or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Masvidal is a tough dude.
He's a kickboxer, right? Or karate, is it?
Karate.
Wonderboy.
Kyokushin karate.
See, I find karate really boring.
Wow.
It's a very tame martial arts.
You know George St. Pierre's karate?
Really?
Yeah.
I have taught kickboxing.
No.
So that Superman punch comes from karate?
I would say so.
No, the answer's no.
That
was a setup, sorry. That was a joke. No, a lot of his moves...
Superman Punch is kickboxing, is it?
I'd say it's more street than either. It's definitely not kickboxing, and karate's too tame to have something like that. Karate, like, kickboxing is a bit more adventurous, but karate is too disciplined. Like, I just feel like... The problem with me saying that is there's so many professional karate experts out there that can kick ass, but there's a lot of people out there that go, and the first martial arts they know is karate. They go to a karate class and they're just taught,
however,
and then they do the kicks, and it's just like, okay.
However,
then they walk out and someone kicks their ass, and they're like, wait, hold on, let me do my moves, and they're just like, they've got like no head left.
I'm gonna say this now, and I want this to be on record. You are going to see over the next short space of time in the UFC fucking loads of karate fighters come out. It's such a good style. When you can do karate, like, fair enough, I know what you mean, where it's all very class oriented, and it's all very methodical, and when you're put into an actual fight it doesn't translate. But when you can make karate, when you can actually make karate translate to proper fighting, man, you should have seen Wonder and George St. Pierre as well. The movements, the movement set, and the way they strike, that comes with that karate discipline is fucking good, man. I'm telling you. I know you say that it's a boring style, or it's a very, like, anyone can go and do karate, but when you get it,
no, I don't think anyone can do it. That's not my point. I don't know. Maybe I just know the westernized, Americanized classes of someone wants to defend themselves, so they go to a karate class and they're taught like how to punch and to kick. And it's the same thing with kickboxing because it's so widely known. You go and I look at both of those ones and I compare them to other martial arts. I've done a bit of karate and I spent 7 years doing kickboxing, and I just don't think they're proper self-defense martial arts. Judo is, in my opinion, the number one.
Yeah, but imagine...
I haven't done them all, but Judo is just so intelligent. The way you use someone else's power against them, the way it's actually about bigger people and using their power against them.
But that relies on them having to be close quarters to you.
True.
You can't employ a judo style if someone stays at a distance.
No.
You then need to figure out a way of striking through that distance.
Good point. And
Judo,
kickboxing and karate do come in handy for that. I mean, actually, GSP did. That's a good point, actually.
Well, he actually wrestled. He
did wrestle.
His ground game is all wrestling based.
But what I noticed... Well, she did quite well, especially because your man is a taller opponent, so it was very clever to do this. He did a lot of torso kicks, side kicks, straight to the torso. He used the length of his legs, winded the opponent, and also that allowed him to give him space. Yeah. And that was just so well used. We would have done that in kickboxing a lot, and that is a very good move. And also because I have long legs, I would use more legs than arms. So I would have actually.
Bisping went at the leg actually. Michael Bisping went at GSP's leg quite well, I thought.
Yeah.
And what? So
he can take a lot.
GSP. Yeah, well,
no, I meant Bisping.
Oh yeah, he's tough. Like
he hardly has a face. He's so tough.
Yeah, it's like just scar tissue.
Everything's scar tissue and just muscle. His face is almost swallowed by his own face. He's so he just looks tough as fuck, doesn't he?
Yeah, when he first came into it, he had a completely shaven head.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first saw Michael Bisping, his head was shaven.
McGregor was the same. I think that was the look back in the days.
Well, GSP, fucking GSP, man, I've got George St. Pierre in the brain. Michael Bisping came in, Conor McGregor was probably still fucking working as a plumber or something.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying their timelines are the same.
Yeah.
I'm saying that back in the day, even a few years ago, it seemed like all fighters, because they were like in this tough world that wasn't yet universal. Like, when UFC was like martial arts and UFC was still considered a bit of like a underground thing,
brutish,
you know, like really, like now it's cultural. It's part of like society, you know what I mean? But back then, but what I'm saying is because they probably felt like they were doing something like that, they also had to look tougher, and they shaved their head, and I saw that a lot, and I think that put me off a little bit. Whereas nowadays you see them all having like mad hairstyles and being even more classy, like wearing suits and stuff. And I don't think McGregor necessarily was the only one to bring that in. But he brought in a new style, a new way of looking at yourself, which is like, I'm in a great sport, and that's how I hold myself, you know? We are in a great podcast. And now we both hold ourselves like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that, Donna?
Yeah, man, I did. I enjoyed the UFC just as much.
Excellent.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Do you think you'll go handlebars with the moustache?
No. I'm going to keep it as this kind of Three Musketeers style.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, man. It's exciting times.
Jamie, I want to tell you something.
Please.
Do you know about John F. Kennedy?
Yeah.
You know who John F. Kennedy is?
Yeah.
Or was?
Was.
In 1992, George Bush Senior.
Yes.
So there's a lot of controversy around John F. Kennedy's assassination.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of smoke and mirrors, it seems.
Yeah, president was assassinated. It's
yeah,
a big deal.
Fucking right it is.
But do you mean from the conspiracy side?
Oh yes.
Oh right.
Big time.
Will I go down and get the tinfoil?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to wait for me or?
Just pop it on.
Oh, cool.
I believe that the US government, I don't know if this is going to result in badly for me, recording this and fucking putting it on SoundCloud and whatever, but I think the US government had John F. Kennedy assassinated. I think they had him assassinated because he represented the people better than any presidents before him.
Jesus.
Did with a bit of reason, and obviously John F. Kennedy represented the layman. He didn't represent the top 1%, which is what, if you think about who Donald Trump represents, the opposite of that is who John F. Kennedy represented. And the people
There's also a lot of similarities
between John F. Kennedy and Donald Trump.
Not as people, in not as personalities or as individuals, but in that statement you just said. Trump does represent the people. Not all the people, but he was voted in by Americans that believe in him. A bigger percentage of Americans that believe in him. Therefore, he actually does represent the people. He's also not someone from politics. Doesn't have that background. In ways, is like he was never a layman. But you know what I'm saying? That was what was appealing to them.
I don't care who the US president is, but the fact is, as far as I know, more people actually voted for Hillary Clinton. If you look at I know I can see what you're saying, and I can see. I know it doesn't. It's the way the US election is done.
Okay.
It's the way they have it done is yeah, man. This is how it works.
What are you saying?
More.
Hold on. Let's just say there's 10 people in a room, and they are the voters, and they have to vote who they prefer. Jamie's mustache, thin, slick,
elegant,
French, elegant,
crisp.
Anto's mustache, masculine,
bit ridiculous looking.
Hairier, bigger.
Oh yeah,
more. You could definitely ride a motorbike. I feel like people wouldn't like me on a motorbike. They'd want me to serve coffee or something. I think you could ride a motorbike,
possibly.
Right? But it's not about comparison. No. It just depends what you're into, right? And so you and me are behind a little thing.
Put it like this.
People have to choose their mustache. There's 10 people in the room.
Yeah.
You're saying 6 people choose your mustache, and yet even though only 4 chose me, I get the better mustache.
Let's do it this way. Let's say the whole house.
What about this house?
So, I'll get to it.
Okay.
If we go to, let's assume everyone is in the house at the moment.
4 people.
It would be 4.
Like my family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who votes for my moustache?
My family, they'd have my back.
Say your mum and your dad are in the living room, Juliet and her boyfriend are in the kitchen, and then your grandmother is in the I don't know where else your grandmother's going to be. The dining room.
Yeah. So there's 5 people.
See, the numbers don't really match up, but yeah, the way it does is it's. Oh fuck!
What? Is anyone American out there who can explain this?
Yeah.
The numbers don't add up.
More people actually voted. If you look at if you take all the people who actually voted for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton actually had more people vote for her. But because there's 52 states and there's different ways of doing it up, yeah, I know. It's fucked up, man.
I don't get this. More people voted yes for Hillary.
But the percentage of the electoral college means Donald Trump ended up winning the presidential election. How did we get into this? John F. Kennedy.
Alright.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll go off that.
We
need someone to explain that to us. I don't understand this.
But yeah, you're just going to have to trust me on this one. More people actually voted for Hillary Clinton.
I trust you. I just don't.
It doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Well, hey, that's westernized politics for you. John F. Kennedy was assassinated. He was assassinated, and the documents that the government had classified are becoming declassified this year. Yeah.
Oh, it's been for...
all of it, yeah. Donald Trump came out and said I think he wanted 6 more months before they release everything. But there's as far as I know, they've released some stuff.
Why does he want that?
I don't know. This way you got to start asking.
Yeah, for fuck's sake! Like what does that even mean?
I know.
Why is he involved? Because he's the president.
Yeah.
What? That brings up way too many questions.
I know.
Why does the president want? What?
Yeah.
Man, no, I'm getting very confused now.
Because I think, like I said, Donald Trump is representing the people that were behind the pulling of the trigger of John F. Kennedy.
Wait, what?
Call it what you will.
But most people in politics don't like Trump.
The people who make money from him do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The people who he's keeping happy do.
Yeah, agreed. There's
a lot of weird shit has come out. Like J. Edgar Hoover, who was the head of the CIA at the time, or was it the FBI? There's a quote of him coming out and saying, "We need to convince people that Lee Harvey Oswald was the shooter." Yeah, I know, man. I didn't get to look through the whole thing this morning, but I had a little look this morning on YouTube with some videos of stuff that has been revealed in these files. Like I said, I don't think everything has come out yet, but there's been some stuff already. There's another one. Before I go on too much, I like getting into conspiracy theories when I feel like it's one that there's
everything's a topic. Everything should be talked about. Whether you're right or wrong doesn't matter. This is interesting conversation. I don't like when people are like, "Oh, that's conspiracy theory. Don't talk about it." It's like if everything's a conspiracy theory on some level, and also like every conspiracy theory, it does have some truth in it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get blown out of proportion. But from what I've looked into over the years, a lot of those conspiracy theories end up being true, or end up being false, or end up coming from an interesting place. I mean, I don't think I believe the conspiracy that everyone that's a celebrity or in government is a lizard.
Oh.
That's one of those ones I'm not sure I believe in.
Oh, that's one I'm totally on board with.
Yeah, you think about it.
No.
Oh my god, like you do know that's a real thing. Like,
I know, yeah.
Yeah, people believe the lizard people.
Yeah.
And they even had this clip of Hillary at one point. Do you remember when she was like fainting and stuff? No, I think that was just exhaustion.
Yeah.
And maybe age. But people were like, oh, she's getting too old for this. The android can't take it. She's being overused and all this. And I was like, what the fuck? And then there's this clip of her actually like puking this little thing into like a champagne glass or something. She has this glass.
Like Stranger Things style? Like...
Yeah, oh my god, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was like a little gremlin or something that came over her mouth into a glass. And like people online were going nuts over it. They were replaying it. They were zooming into it. They were mirroring it. They were colour grading it. They were like, what the extracting it. Your man put his glasses on. He's like, that looks like one strange thing. Who are you? I really want to know.
Who invited the who?
I don't know.
Yeah, so some conspiracy theories, I think there's more to be said. That's bullshit. But,
yeah, go on. I apologize.
I think John F. Kennedy was assassinated by the US government.
It's possible, man.
And if I die...
Why would they assassinate him? What was their benefit of that?
Because he represented the people who weren't pulling the strings.
And what did he do? What did JFK do? How long was he president at that point?
A
day?
No, he was assassinated the year before he was due for re-election, as far as I know.
22nd of November.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know.
Is that birthday? No, your birthday's not 22nd.
It is, yeah. He was shot on my birthday.
Oh! Shit, you're super old then.
Well, it wasn't on the same year.
Oh, okay.
It was just the same date.
Wow. Yeah. An interesting twist of the tale. I knew you were November, but I didn't know if it was necessarily the 22nd.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
But, yeah. He was a good man.
I mean, from what I know...
Kennedy was the one who came out and said at the start. Alright, sure.
Okay, well, thanks for watching us on Instagram. We'll save that boy.
John F. Kennedy was the one who came out and said, within the next 10 years, we will have put a man on the moon. And fucking surely enough, they did.
Yeah, but in terms of, like... That's not a... Yeah, I'm curious why he was assassinated. I know you're saying he's a man of the people, but, like, what did he do as president? Like, words are words, you know? Yeah. Representing people is representing people. But what actions did he do?
Let's look it up right this very moment.
What, like, did he help, like... Did he help human rights? Did he help the African community, like the black community in America?
I believe he did.
Which would be obviously a negative thing for
Yeah, I believe
Rich racists. The double R.
Well, yeah, people who are kind of still fucking pulling the strings. Okay. Okay. See, this doesn't really explain it all too well. It just gives me a lot of... Okay, so on gun crime.
Oh. That's a sick...
He brought in weapons to combat organised crime.
That's a bit of a sick... what's the word? Irony?
This isn't a great... Yeah.
To help gun crime and then get shot, like... Speaking of irony...
Well.
Yeah, there's my irony.
Actual irony.
That's my irony. That's my irony up there.
Okay, so he...
terrible.
He promised to end segregation.
Dad jokes. Segregation between...
blacks and whites.
Okay, segregating them in communities and whatnot, whatever America was doing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this was when?
1962, I think.
1962. Wow, so actually in a
it
way
doesn't say when he...
Yeah.
It doesn't say when he promised to end segregation, it just says that he did. 70% of his voters were black.
Okay. Interesting.
He won the African American vote 70-30 over Nixon. He created a committee on equal employment.
Have you ever read stuff about Nixon?
Yeah.
What a dirty fucker.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Wait, do you like him?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't know.
You had a sparkle in your eye.
I enjoyed hearing you say that he was a dirty fucker.
Oh, he was dirty. Oh, the shit he did, man.
A colourful description of the man.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I really don't give a shit about politics. I really try and do my brain and my subconscious, my soul. I care about myself enough to just not put any information about politics in there. To me, that is insulting to my intelligence to give a fuck about politics. Such a stupid game to get involved with, right? Now that I've got that little rant out of my way. No offense.
JFK was a great man.
He was a great man, yeah. No, politics can do great
shit
things.
That he was behind, though.
But
that one up, yeah.
As a cliche, as a cartoon cliche of what you like a dirty politician is, Nixon seems to tick every box. He just seems to, and he's also like
Nixon was shifty, alright, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But pardon me, please continue about JFK.
That's it, man. I could read. I've got this whole fucking web page open. I've got this whole big web page open on all his policies, and reading through them, it is exactly who you would want as a citizen to be your president. Like, I could pick up anything. He was willing to work with communism. He was all about free trade with Russia. He sold wheat to Russia to help their food shortages. He was all for government reform. His major legislative proposals had stalled. Gun control. There's a whole other link for gun control. Healthcare. Attempted unsuccessfully to create retirement-based Medicare. Believed Social Security could pay for medical care for elderly people. Fucking man, just a great man, a great leader. Jobs is a link, is a hyperlink. Anyway, I'm not gonna bore people to death too much because this is a podcast, not a fucking political debate show. Yeah. John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Yeah. That's the fact. I believe that the US government, I believe that there were people pulling the strings. I don't think that was Lee Harvey Oswald just took it upon himself. He didn't like the president.
Yeah, but who is that? I know the name, but who is Lee Harvey
Well, Lee Harvey Oswald. Lee Harvey Oswald was the man that they
believed did it.
Said did it, yeah.
And what was his background? Where did he come from? Why does he have a gun? What does he know like about JFK? What is he doing up on a roof or whatever? Like, who is he?
Yeah.
He's just a famous name around there, no one.
3 shots were fired as well. JFK was hit 3 times as far as I know.
Different directions?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the one that they say is the angle in which the bullet that hit his head went in changed direction inside his skull because it came out a different direction.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But that's what they... Not that there was. I don't know, man. You'd have to look into it. But for their... It's impossible for the bullet that did hit his head to have hit it in the angle that they said hit it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
For where Lee Harvey Oswald was, as far as I know, it's impossible. Look, I should have probably read up a bit more about this morning before I came to do the podcast, but
well, you're not saying you have the answers. You're just bringing up a topic. Obviously, you can't know everything about it.
I will do a little bit more reading on the subject. Maybe we'll come back to it next time.
And I think that's one of the things that people don't like about conspiracy theory, because I believe that all the people that are into conspiracy theories just like find some information and then say, listen to this, here's this thing, and it's like, well, how much have you read up about it? But you're not saying this is definitely a thing. You're just saying, how about this interesting topic? And people can take it or they can leave it.
I'm in the tin hat brigade on the JFK thing. I think the government had him killed.
Absolutely, it's a possibility. It's not that crazy of an idea when you think about everything he stood for, of course. I don't know anything about it.
Scary stuff, though.
Scary.
Fucking scary stuff, man. Hey, there's no more podcasts. You know why? That's what I say.
There's no more podcasts?
Yeah, if there's no more podcasts and we get taken out...
Will we?
I hope not.
I think there's people saying
I hope we
more
don't.
righteous things than us righteous.
Yeah, but what happens when we become really famous and we're fucking standing behind the view that the US government were behind the killing of JFK?
Oh,
when
you
there's
wouldn't
like
be the
millions
first.
and millions of people listening to us, and
We wouldn't be the
we're
first.
still like, yeah, the government. Yeah.
Have you not seen that show with your man? It was like a big guy and he talks like this. He's got big round hair and he slams the table.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Alex Jones, is that
Alex
who you're
Jones.
talking about?
Yeah, have you ever seen Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Oh my god, he is one funny motherfucker.
He's an eccentric human being.
He is insane. He talks about lizard people all the time.
Oh yeah.
He goes crazy. He's like, those damn lizard people in the White House. You know, he's like, what?
Imagine it came out that he was right. Imagine everything Alex Jones said was just right.
Well, that's the weird thing.
Imagine it was all true, like all of his mad ideas and all
Well,
these
things. Not
things.
even his ideas. He
No,
just
I
on
suppose.
board.
He runs
But his whole show is about conspiracy.
Oh, he's
theories.
nuts. Yeah, he's great though.
But this is a strange thing. Apparently, he's friends with Trump.
He's super right.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
super right winged.
Yeah.
He's all
He's all guns, anti-government.
Yeah.
Which is and isn't.
Bit of a wild man.
Right.
Yeah. Bit of a loose cannon on the whole.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one way of describing him. But what was I going to say about him? Yeah, man, he's...
Yeah, he's saying way worse stuff than us.
Well, he says don't trust the government, that they're behind things. But I don't know if he would have said the JFK thing, because I don't know if he would have been a supporter of JFK. So I feel like he'd stay away from that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he brings... I don't think he's trying to find the answer to everything. He's trying to find the answer for his agenda. Which is always, of course, an opinion you can't really trust. Because then it's propaganda.
Yes.
Imagine a propaganda panda.
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
How would that work?
Don't know.
So, I know how...
US politics is all over the place, man.
I think politics
US
in general...
politics is the worst example of the way a country should be run. Yeah.
Yeah, but some people look at our country and then they're like...
Oh,
they have a president who's a little old man who just like shakes hands and goes around.
Amazing.
Oh no, I love him.
He's not running the show though, unfortunately.
That's what I mean. That's what's confusing. I'm just saying from another perspective. They're like, why don't we take over that place? It's a little island, looks like a little McNugget. It's got a president that doesn't do anything. He's just a little old man. He doesn't even... He has no power, but he's the president. What? And then there's like some other guy who's the Taoiseach. But then, like, what the hell's a Taoiseach?
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like to other countries, if you don't understand... Politics is just weird.
Politics is nuts, yeah.
Politics is weird, man.
Oh, not to say, I think our system of politics isn't necessarily a bad one, but the people we have had in charge have been really bad. Do you know what I mean?
In our country?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Of course, man. Get the fucking US government, the Irish government aren't going to fucking have people out with sniper rifles and shit, but yeah, the people we've had running the show are so corrupt. So corrupt for fucking far too long. And it's only kind of now that you're seeing that the people who have been elected into these good positions like Taoiseach and Taoiseach are a little bit more righteous. They're a little bit more honest with the way they're doing things.
Yeah.
Like Leo Varadkar's now the man in charge. He's the Prime Minister, or Taoiseach as us Irish call it.
Which is basically the person in charge.
He's
if you understand
though.
if you understand English politics, it's like
Similar, yeah.
it's their Prime Minister.
Yeah, it's
right?
the Prime Minister.
Yeah. So the President of England is there a president?
Uh-uh.
No, they don't have a president.
They have the Queen.
They have the Queen, but she doesn't make decisions for the country.
No,
she just like sits in like gold, right?
Yeah,
like draped in,
just encased
like
in
gold
glass
palace.
Mm.
Does the Prime Minister ever go like, I wouldn't, no. You know what I mean? Like, would you ever feel like, oh, you're Prime Minister, you're running the country, and then all of a sudden you look over and you're like, They get all that and they don't have to even take care of anything. And
oh yeah, the English people. There's a lot of English people don't like the royal family because
Really?
they cost taxpayers money. Yeah.
They cost Excuse me?
Yeah, the royal family don't pay taxes because they're the royal family. They get all their shit. They've had all their shit for free, and they their living expenses are come out of the budget. Like.
Wow.
Mm.
So you're paying for the royal family?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard pill to swallow.
Mm.
The working class.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't. Ooh.
I know. It's a different one entirely, but
it's a hard one to figure out.
Irish politics has had the most fucking corrupt people in charge for so long, and it's only now that it's kind of starting to change. You've got people who genuinely want to try and do better.
Yeah.
Not to say they all do. There's still a lot of shit that goes on in Irish government. That's no secret, but well, it kind of is, I suppose. But slowly we're making progress. Do you know what I mean? Slowly but surely we're kind of starting to make progress. Let's not keep going on about politics.
Because I said I hate it.
Yeah.
No, look, I like dipping my toes in subjects that aren't comfortable for me. Because you know that's how you broaden the mind and all that. And obviously, my girlfriend Aoife would have been huge into politics when I first got with her. She studied politics as well as economics and business and all that in college. So you know the world that I hate would be the world that she'd be into. And you know, not true. I didn't give up my side easily. Yeah. It wasn't like, I'm going out with someone who's into this, so I'm just going to be into it. It wasn't that fucking thing. Yeah. I didn't just give up my personality because of her. I kind of more just like accepted. You know, you're going out with someone, or even you start being friends with someone. If they are so different to you, which I often tend to go for, what you'll find is you can't just keep pushing. They can't keep building a wall between your personality and their personality. At some point you're going to have to be like, oh well, let's merge and see what the fuck happens. And what I found out was I had a kind of an interest in politics and in business, and I actually learned a lot about all that. But
go on.
We flipped, because by the time I kind of saw her world, had an appreciation and enjoyed it, and was like, okay, so there is a way to change things. Maybe someday I'll get into politics and I'll fucking do something. You know, maybe I could be a president of Ireland or a Taoiseach or something, you know? Yeah. Maybe I will give badges. Maybe I'll shake babies and kiss hands, you know?
Yeah.
But then she's like, politics is all bullshit. And then I was like, oh, okay, maybe I feel the same.
People,
That's not a quote. She is in a very serious business position at the moment, so do not quote me on that. She still loves you in case she goes into politics.
Instead of building a wall, why don't you build a table and have people eat it?
Oh,
yeah. I don't know who said that exactly, but it's kind of relevant for Donald Trump and everyone's.
Do you want to build a table?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it recently. I'd like to build a chair. I'd like people to sit on a chair and be like, "Is it really nice? Like, that's a really nice." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I built that." Yeah. They'd be like, "You built this chair." So I want to make a chair.
Be easy enough to do. Once you you
need a bit of wood concepting.
Concept. This is something I was talking about. I was talking about this with somebody recently.
Yeah.
And actually it was made relevant by American football. Yeah. If you understand the concept of something, you don't actually need to understand anything else about it. If you understand the concept of how to build a chair, why it should stand upright and what stops it from falling apart.
It doesn't have to follow all the other rules.
You don't need to know what these little bits that you stick into the corners and shit are called. You know, you don't need to understand like the legs and the struts and all of this shit. Once you understand that what it is keeps it upright and keeps it from falling apart.
Right. So if you've even just the understanding of physics and
relevant to chair building,
and wood structure, you don't need to know all the names and definitions and all the rules to how to make a chair. And probably chances are that's where people really invent those
shit, yeah.
Because they're not following the way you're supposed to be taught to do something. So then they have to figure out their own way and probably end up making something pretty fucking ass cool.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and it's made. I said it's because if you understand the concepts in American football of schemes and stuff, if you understand the concepts, you don't need to understand a lot of the. If you want to be a coach, you do. But once you understand the concept of American football, learning plays and learning all of that shit becomes really, really easy. Do you know what I mean? And this is
close are we to the end?
Time-wise on the podcast?
No! American football. When's the Super Bowl? When's this?
Oh, sorry, to the NFL season. It's week 9 currently.
Just 12?
No, There are 16 regular weeks.
16.
So there's 7 weeks left. And then the playoffs start.
So it's usually before Christmas?
The regular season is usually finished in December.
Yeah.
I don't think any regular season games are played in January.
What the fuck? I think it goes all the way to January, man. It must be in the new year.
It might do. I think the last week of the regular season might be January.
What day is it?
Today is... but yeah, January is when the playoffs start. And then the last couple of weeks of January are playoffs and Super Bowl. It is the first Sunday of February. Yeah. So
I watched episode 3 of Stranger Things.
So did I.
But we get into this.
Do you want to do Stranger Things now?
I
How
think
long do we have time-wise?
We're an hour 15 or something like that. So we're doing well. About time to get into the...
I haven't watched anything other than Stranger Things, so do you want to do a bit more American football and then Stranger Things and then the episode on that, or do you just want to do Stranger Things and then the episode on that? Or do you think we'll get anything else? How much time? Because I can't see it with the phone. How much time do we have to play around with before we start to kind of wrap it all up?
Well, I wish I didn't make that noise.
Oh shit.
Because that trumpet was like the entrance into the...
Let's do Stranger Things.
I could go backwards.
No, let's do Stranger Things. If we feel like we've got more time, we'll just start talking about American football, which is what I like to do anyway.
Great.
So, okay, go.
Amazing.
It's different though.
Yeah.
It is. It's different to see. I don't know who told you it's more the same, but it's fucking not. Like, it's different to season 1. I don't know who said that. And
do you think it's more intense?
No. I think it's less intense. But I still haven't seen the whole way through.
You've watched 3 episodes.
No, I've watched at this point 6. No, I've watched 5. Sorry, I have started the 6th episode.
Together?
I'm like 5 minutes into the 6th episode. So,
do you always jump ahead a little bit?
What do you mean?
Do you always skip ahead?
Oh no, the two of us have watched the same amount.
Oh, okay, you're both.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 3 episodes in, man.
It's totally different.
I don't think it's a different.
I think it's so different to the first season. I think it is a fucking completely different.
I mean, look,
thing.
you're ahead of me. You're 6 episodes in, so I'm not going to dispute it.
Yeah.
There's clearly a lot more you're gaining from it. In terms of what you can say by 6 episodes in compared to my 3.
Yeah.
To me, it like obviously there's a different vibe. It's a different season. They have to construct the season differently. They have to there's new storylines, characters, all that shit. There's going to be a different pace. Everything is going to be different.
Yeah.
If you ask me, do I think it's very different though? I'd be like, no, it just seems like it'd be like someone made a movie and then they made a sequel. It seems bigger. It seems like I could almost be watching a Spielberg movie at times. Like, you know what I mean? The whole thing with the kids is so fucking fun, man. You know, all the shit that's going on with them. And I don't really want to spoil too much. But I'm enjoying it hugely. I think it was great that it came out at Halloween. Yeah. It's such a good vibe, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's good fun for all the family, but I wouldn't have kids watch it, maybe. But I feel like a lot of preteens, at least, are watching this. And they're getting freaked out by the freaky bits.
A more educated child, I think, could probably watch it and not have the shit scared out of them, because it's not really too scary. It's nowhere near as scary as season 1.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I don't remember season 1, but obviously, I'm not finding it scary.
Yeah.
But I'm finding, don't want to give too much away, but I'm finding
doom.
I'm finding that side of things pretty tense, and not from what I'm seeing, more about who's going through it.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at that little thing, thinking, Jesus, poor little thing, you know.
do you want to just kind of get a bit spoilery?
Yeah, Facebook. If you're watching this, stop watching it now, either live or in the future.
And if you're listening, if you don't like spoilers, tune out. But fucking,
I mean, we're just going to talk about Stranger Things. I prefer if you didn't talk about up to episode 6.
Yes, that's.
But
right.
I'm only going to talk about up to episode 3. Eric, is it? Little fella. What's his name?
The kid who went missing season 1?
Yeah.
Will,
okay.
Miles
Poor little fucker, like, do you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's what's to me, it's always the human element. Like, horror movies never scare me. The second it says based on a true story, I'm like, oh, this is a bit uncomfortable because I know what happened. The same with this. I don't find anything fucking scary about this at all.
Yeah.
Right? Big long arms in the dark, great.
Yeah.
The fact that a little kid is going through something that, like, in a way could be a very serious fucking psychological problem, which I know it isn't because of season 1.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's just, like, knocking his head all over the place or just falling into the other world or the upside down, like, that's creepy shit.
Well, I'm 6 episodes in, they still haven't really kind of answered.
Well, don't tell me that!
Sorry.
I don't want to know that.
Sorry, I haven't really given anything away.
But you have to me, because my last episode ended with something that I thought could have...
Maybe I'm lying to you.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't think you are now. Yeah, no, don't tell me anymore. I don't know anything.
There's a lot...
I mean, I presumed he was alive, but that, whatever happened in the last episode... That doesn't matter.
No, who...
The last episode ended with all this shit going into him.
Oh, so you're more than 3 episodes in.
That's the 3rd episode.
No, it couldn't be.
It's the end of the 3rd episode.
Hold on, with Will standing outside of the school with all the... That's definitely more than 3 episodes.
It's the end of the 3rd episode.
No.
Man, I take gaps between them. You're down in this shit like cold coffee.
Yeah, but I've only sat down and watched it twice.
In fairness, 6 episodes is quite slow for you.
That episode that I watched yesterday, one of them was that, so it couldn't have been 3 episodes.
What do you mean? You just watched the episode I'm talking about? Yes, sir.
Yes. And that's not episode 3.
But you're... What?
So he finds the little monster in the cubicle. The little D'Artagnan fella. He finds D'Artagnan in the cubicle
That's
and
all
runs
one episode.
outside.
Yeah.
That's not episode 3.
4.
I think that's episode 4.
Okay, maybe 4 then.
Yeah.
Maybe it is 4.
Yeah, and he gets and the shit all swirls around him and he's like,
Yeah.
no, go away. And the episode
Yeah.
ends with him getting the shit flying inside him. Yeah, no, that has to be episode 4, yeah.
Okay.
And then episode 5
I don't want to fucking know.
when the...
Hey, I don't... What are you talking?
No, I wasn't going to spoil it, man. I wasn't going to spoil it.
Oh, God. I've nearly...
It's not the same. I don't think it is. All of that shit is...
Okay, what is different to you? Do you like it? What's different about it?
I find it far less tense.
Okay, you think it's less tense?
Far less tense, yeah.
Do you think there's more money involved, therefore it's trying to appeal to a bigger audience, meaning more of a family vibe? Or do you think it's just building up to getting more tense at the end?
Yes.
Like you're probably only halfway through it at 6.
The ending of the season could be a far more pace and build and there's a fireworks right at the end. Whereas with season 1, and I said this on the last episode, is
that shit had to happen earlier.
It's far more paced and it's far more tense from the get go.
You see, that's it because it's a first season.
Yeah,
it's like a first movie. The sequel doesn't have to do that because you're already involved. You're already you're already into it.
The story's continued on, so it's kind of like there is the whole upside down. There's creepy monstery things, but you see it's more of the 4 of them getting together for these adventures, and it's all. There's kind of things going on to the side, but in season 1 it was like, this is after happening, what's the story with this? Yeah. Whereas with this there's a whole other dynamic of things, and there's the girl, and there's Will, and there's Elle, and where's Elle, and all of this shit, you know what I mean? I think it is less scary, and I think it's a little bit more light-hearted, so maybe they are shaping up for a run of seasons, you know?
Oh, they must. It's one of the most successful Netflix shows.
It's amazing.
Like in the past, there would have been Orange is the New Black, House of Cards, things like that.
Well, House of Cards is cancelled.
Yeah, it's cancelled now. Yeah. I was dying anyway.
I never got around. It
was so good when it was good, but like the latest season that came out, me and Eva watched the first episode, and we were so bored through it. And like sometimes House of Cards can be quite slow and hard to digest. Like a lot is happening. Yeah. But like we were just not arsed on episode end, and we were like, oh fuck this. Yeah. And now that it's all over, I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to finish it. Fuck it anyway.
I kind of got like that with it as well. Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to go into that topic, but yeah.
Kevin Spacey. This whole weird shit with Kevin Spacey coming out.
Yeah, he lied on. He lied down on some 14-year-old.
Let's not.
Back in the day.
Let's not.
All of Hollywood is being exposed at the moment. Man.
Yeah, there's a lot of it seems like everyone's just sexually assaulting people. It's fucking insane.
Well, it started off with the whole Weinstein thing, and he was such a big powerhouse.
Yes.
That for anyone to come out against him would be very threatening to their career because he was up there. Like, but what I think happened was one person came out in an article who just I think doesn't really act anymore, or maybe doesn't even care about that side of things, that society. And once she came out, everyone came out. And a lot of men came forward as well and said...
Can people just not sexually assault people? Like, what? Why? Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Why he did it?
Why the fuck does someone feel like they need to, like...
It's such a dirty cliche. The producer who wants the young blonde to, like, be with him so that she'll get the role. Like...
It's fucking...
It's almost... Yeah. It's hilarious. It's not... I honestly don't mean this is hilarious. What I mean is it's crazy how much of a cliche the truth is.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost too cliched to believe, like...
And maybe it's a cliche because people knew, and it was made cliche to say, well, there is this shit. There's no smoke without fire. Don't
I guess that's where they come
insult
from.
people. Doesn't matter if you're a man, doesn't matter if you're a woman. You're free to make your own decisions. But if you're going to make decisions that negatively affect other people, maybe just don't fucking make those decisions.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it comes down to. I don't care who you are, I don't care what job you have, I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
Don't harm other people regardless of whether it's sexually, if it's just physical violence or whatever it is. Like,
well, you see,
find fucking healthy ways to deal with. If it's an impulse control, find a healthier way to deal with your impulses than to fucking actually enact them on other people. Yeah. If you feel like we spoke about this recently, if you feel like your impulse is that you need to fucking hit something, that you've got this built up aggression that you don't address, you feel like you need to hit something, fucking hit a tree. Punch a tree instead.
Don't punch a tree.
I think trees can take it, man. This is
break your fist or something. Go do a punching bag. Put it into like music
punch
or
a punching bag. Punch a pillow.
Punch a pillow. Don't punch walls.
I think punching a pillow won't satisfy.
It won't satisfy you.
If you want to punch,
you need
punch a wall or a tree.
You need something to give back. Don't punch a wall. You will break the wall, depending on the wall,
hand.
And then there'll be a hole in the wall.
Oh
yeah, don't do that. No, just go to a gym. Go to somewhere you can punch a pad. You can be like my mate Mick. You can get a big punching thing at the back.
Do you feel like is your impulse that you need to rape somebody? Why don't you go somewhere where prostitution is legal and you can pay to have all of these weird fucking, like, unfortunately it's not legal here. Not that I would be into paying for sex, I don't feel like I need to, but if you feel like you struggle with that side of things, either go and talk to somebody about your impulses or go to somewhere where you can pay somebody to have sex with you. And if that's what it is, like...
Yeah. And obviously you're talking about prostitution in the sense of women wanting to be prostitutes, not the whole...
Oh, not sex trafficking. Well, that falls into harming other people.
Like. I know, but that's I think that's where people...
Because it's illegal.
That's where people are... Yeah.
Because it's illegal, you have sex trafficking.
But that's why a lot of people are against prostitution, because it's such a black market. It involves a lot of
it's a black market
dodgy things, and those dodgy things often involve women that come from small countries that are poor. And like there was a whole thing in Amsterdam. It's legal, right?
Yeah.
But there was this whole campaign that came out last year about like the amount of women in Amsterdam that actually wanted to be actresses, wanted to be models, and somehow got trapped in this system.
Did we talk about this before?
We might have, because
it feels like we've touched on this before.
I probably brought it up when I came back from Amsterdam, which was, when did I go to Amsterdam?
A long time ago.
No, I went last year. It was 2016, was it?
Possibly.
Definitely, because it was part of my vlog.
There's a Louis Theroux episode of one of his documentary series where he goes to a brothel in Nevada, and the way the girls who work there are their own business. Yeah. The girls who work in this particular brothel where it's legal, I think prostitution is legal in only Nevada in the US. But they go and they discuss a price with a man based on their interpretation. Like if it's a man that they find physically unattractive, where it's going to cost them, it's going to take them more to get down to it.
Or if they can tell he has a lot of money.
I don't know if they extort. I don't know if that's how they work it, but they set a price and it's up to the man to say yes.
It's not extortion. It's just clever business, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and some might be more kind of.
A small business comes to me, wants a video, and they're kind of struggling. I want to work with them on my own business. I can be like, I'll bring the price down to this. Yeah. Someone has a lot of money, and I'm not going to not put in effort, but obviously I can demand a higher price.
I don't know. How would you know if someone has a lot of money in this situation? Because they go and they discuss it in private. The people who own the building,
they show up in a Porsche. They
get out of the Porsche. The girls don't know what the girls don't go out. The girls don't know who's coming into this place. They just all of this shit, man. There's if you look at all these problems, it's always because with harassment of human to human, it's not necessarily applicable, but with drugs, with things that are outlawed, there's always all of this negative fallback because this, whatever it is illegal to begin with.
I mean, some people would disagree with your point, but the stats...
Well, they're entitled to.
The stats prove you right. And
Yeah.
I would agree with you, because what happened in...
Where?
Portugal. What happened in Portugal?
Oh, well, that's drugs. That's a different thing then. That's more...
Yeah, drugs that were... Yeah. But then the second they made them legal...
Yeah.
The amount of addictions went down, because now that they're legal, it's not this dodgy thing, so you don't have to go to this person. So it brought gangs down, it brought violence down, it brought the whole dodgy black market.
It eliminates the black market. That's what
much,
it eliminates people operating outside the confines of the law, and that's sex, that's drugs. Yeah, please, fire away. If you create legal parameters or legal boundaries around this stuff, you're going to have people operating outside of those boundaries, no matter what it is. I can't say for certain, this is just a guess, but it's an educated guess. If you make prostitution legal, you will see, I can't guarantee this, and this might be upsetting for some people to hear, but you'll see sexual assaults go down.
You think
because
so?
people can go somewhere that's not illegal to control these impulses, or where they feel like they can't. Now, obviously people do it maliciously, and there will be
That's the problem. I think there is still people that get off on that. I think there's clearly a psychopathic urge in that.
Yeah,
I do get your point, and
like.
you're probably right. There probably would be a percentage drop. I'd like to think, because maybe it's just optimistic nature.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think that would be the case. But then there's other people, man. They're just fucking sick. Like
They just get off on the harming of others. Those people.
They don't want another option. They want that. That's what they're looking for. That's what maybe they get off on, or I don't know. Who knows?
No, they do. There's always going to be people like that. But if you
no, but you're right.
You can't account for those types of people.
Who knows? There'll definitely be a percentage drop. Now, what's the difference between prostitute and gigolo? Is gigolo just a male version?
I think it's just a male prostitute, yeah.
So is male prostitution a thing in Ireland? Do we, or in most places, is that an illegal black market thing that happens?
I would say so. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't. The exact same as the way the woman one does.
Yeah.
There's just... I can't imagine why it would be any different. I know when you've got
escort
services.
I feel like it's less dodgy.
Well, it's...
Because I feel like there's not a market where men are being exploited that way.
Probably not.
Where there's not sex trafficking of... Oh, God. Unless they're young. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this now. The subject is freaking me out.
Hello.
Oh, we have a visitor.
Sorry.
Bonjour.
I think the principal.
Do you want to be into?
No.
Joke. That's probably a good intrusion, actually, because that brought us out with this topic.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's important to talk about, but it's also slightly disturbing.
I did watch something else, by the way.
You watched something else?
I watched the film.
Oh.
A film.
Did you have stuff to talk about?
I know, I completely forgot that I had watched this. I think I did watch it before, but I don't think we spoke about it. It's called A Letter from the King. It's a Netflix original one.
Okay.
The main character is, you know, Black Panther? You know, like Marvel's Black Panther? You know him? Black Panther man? Black Panther
The
man?
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not out yet.
Black Panther, no, the dude who plays him.
Yeah. You've seen the trailer for this, have you?
I've seen no trailers.
So how do you...
Because he's in Civil War.
Oh, right.
He's in your man.
This
Black
looks
Panther's
like
in Civil War.
one hell of a movie.
Black Panther.
Over the years,
Mm.
I'd like to think it's not me just being like a hipster and repressing society.
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting popular, so I'm not into it. But you know that I feel like there's been way too many comic book movies, and because of that I can't keep up, and now I just am into it as much as I was when I was younger.
Yes.
And there wasn't as much. But that movie, I saw the trailer, man. It looks incredible. I know you don't want to spoil things for yourself by watching.
I've actually seen a small trailer.
Watch.
Where it's like
holy shit! It's about El Dorado, right?
And now, they were looking in the wrong place and all that.
El Dorado's in Africa and also I think I actually had a connection to Black Panther years when I was younger.
Right.
Because I was never into the big comic book characters. It's weird. I never read Superman. Never read Batman. Like sometimes I had X-Men comics and obviously Spider-Man. I guess they're big in one way, but I liked obviously
the underdog.
I like the underdog stuff. Like I did have a few Spawn stuff.
I don't think any of them are underdogs, but
no, I know
the next run down. So.
Hellboy. I mean, like even before the movies, I had like one or two from him. But Black Panther was something I always thought was. I just thought he was really fucking cool. So I'm excited about that movie. This wasn't your subject. Please continue.
No, but the dude who plays Black Panther,
Yeah.
I can't remember his real name.
I've never seen him before, but yeah, he looks like a good actor anyway.
He's the main character in this Letter from the King, and
Okay.
it's very like. It's not very like it's similar to Taken, where this dude it's about this dude who shows up from South Africa to LA, flies from South Africa to LA. He's looking for his sister.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
He doesn't have a whole lot of information other than kind of like an address of where his sister's from.
Okay.
And it turns out that his sister was involved in some shit. Fucking hell. His
Shady.
sister was involved in some shady shit.
Oh.
And it's then set over a small space of time, and it's this dude's going out to find out what happened to his sister and why she got involved with these people, and very good fight scenes.
Oh really?
Yeah, remember we were talking about on the last the last 2 episodes ago?
Real fights.
Good real fight scenes that look realistic.
This guy hasn't just come from Africa and all of a sudden he's a kung fu artist.
Yeah, and he's not. Yeah, like he gets a chain and he's wrapping a chain around lads' necks and stuff at points, and he's like, fucking it's a great film. Luke Evans is in it. You know Luke Evans.
Luke Evans
is. Let me think. What
Luke Evans, Captain America, or Luke Evans with the dark hair?
No, that's Chris Evans.
I do know Luke Evans.
Luke Evans is in The Hobbit.
I know him. I know him. I only know him. I know him to see.
He's in the Fast and Furious.
He's in Fast and Furious, but I didn't know his name for ages. But there's this one guy I work with that I take pictures of his models for him.
Great.
Like he's an agent.
He's Luke Evans.
No, every time he sees me, he calls me Luke Evans.
Oh.
He thinks I look like Luke Evans.
Wow.
I know. Yeah, I wouldn't really. I don't see that. I think it's the dark. It's the very dark eyes, and also the fact that I used to always have this thing going on, which Luke Evans always has, the mustache with the little thing.
I can kind of see it though, now that I'm made aware of it.
I don't think a ginger afro makes it very relatable.
No, it's not very Luke Evansy, but he's in it. Alfred Molina is in it. You remember Alfred Molina from Spider-Man 2? He played Dr. Octopus. Remember Dr.
Oh
Octopus?
yeah. Oh, amazing! Great.
He's in
Great
it.
Spider-Man. Yeah. How did I forget about that? I love that one.
Draco Malfoy is in it from Harry Potter. I can't remember his real name at the moment either, but he's in it.
Good.
Very good. If you like the kind of Taken
Taken was very good. I don't know if I saw the second, but it was a good movie. Yeah.
Like just an
And
hour
this is
and a
on
half.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
Netflix.
this is definitely the sort of thing I should watch with my dad anyway. He would
He
love
would
this.
enjoy it.
He would love this.
Great, just an hour of some lad just kicking ass and doing cool things. Like
Sign me up.
simple. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's a simple film and it's just good.
Great.
Yeah. If you're
Out of
into
10?
There's a few things I've issues with.
How many Liam Neesons out of 10?
Oh, no Liam Neeson. He's nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Um,
Is there any epic phone calls?
Kind of. Don't want to give anything away, but kind of.
Did they take bins at this time? Oh, gross! They're leaking all over the place. What is this? It's like it says oxygen, and it seems like they're purposely spraying shit all over the road.
I don't know.
Why would they spray the what? Why would they liquid the road? There's like a little pipe coming over and it's like... Oh look, come up, you see it now. Look, they're doing it again. Are they doing that purposely for the leaves?
Oh, they're just washing the road.
That washes the road. And they keep going backward and forward, just wet.
Could be something to do with the leaves.
That's strange.
All the
man.
leaves that are stuck at the side of the road.
Okay.
This is a good film.
Yeah.
I've a few small issues with it. Well, very good. Very enjoyable. Yeah, he's coming back and forth. He's just gonna keep doing it, I think, until he's got all those.
I'm not telling these stories to go away. Hey! Stop that! Alright. Okay, then.
And if you're listening to this, you're now deaf.
Is that big, is it? Yeah. Should have given a warning.
So yeah, no, good film.
Great.
Out of 10, for what it is, it's not as good as Taken. It wouldn't be as good as Drive. Do you know what I mean? Similar type of film, short space of time, this badass kind of.
Drive is up there, man.
Unassuming.
Drive is one of the best films I've ever seen, actually.
Could you put it in the bracket with these films? Yes.
Interesting.
You could. It is good.
Very violent.
Oh yeah, like
Oh,
there are a couple.
Taken's not very violent.
No, Taken. It kind of is. Like, yeah, remember the bit when he's like nails your man to his chair and electrocutes him to death and leaves the fucking voltage on and shit.
Yeah.
Taken at times is pretty bad.
I know, but it always feels relevant because it's like, oh, they took his daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You kind of like, you know, get him naked, strap him to the chair, and whip the testicles.
This is more gruesome than Taken.
Okay.
It
Not
would
as much
be.
as Drive.
It's as gruesome as Drive on parts. Okay. It's not like, you know, the lift scene in Drive. You know the scene I'm talking about in Drive when he's in the lift. Do you want to do spoiler real quick when he fucking stomps you
Oh, yeah.
into nothing?
Oh man, I can't explain. There's
a scene a little bit like that. There's a scene similar to this in A Letter from the King.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely
as an
check
overall
that out.
film, it's not as good, but it's you could watch it having seen Taken, having seen Drive, and you want to get this fix of that particular film. You could watch it and be more than happy. Do you know what I mean? Out of 10 overall, maybe 7.
Okay.
There's just a couple small things
Yeah.
I have issues with it.
Yeah, but like I get you. Yeah, it's like a good standard action film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like the kind of thing I'd watch with my dad. My dad doesn't really like the tinkies. He doesn't like the tinkies. He just wants to go in, get his action, he's good to go.
Yeah.
Which we'll be doing tonight.
Great.
I got him a cinema voucher ages ago.
What are you gonna go and see?
I don't know. Whatever's out. But we need to fucking do it because he hasn't used it yet.
There's a film I really wanted to go and see that wasn't Thor last week. And go and see that.
Okay.
I can't remember
It's
what
one of the
it is.
other 8 films.
Because I ended up going with Thor, the other one just got swept to the
We're
side.
probably gonna go see
Thor?
No. I haven't seen the second. And I don't want to jump man too OCD about it.
That's fair enough.
I don't know if
What
it's
film are you
OCD.
going to see though?
We're probably going to see The Thing.
Thing?
The Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford in
Oh, Blade Runner.
Blade Runner 2, probably.
Of course.
Or I don't know, the
Shit, man.
I'd like
Blade
to see
Runner,
that
yeah.
Kingsman thing, but I haven't seen the first one, so I feel like that could be
Kingsman, I think, is probably coming to its
I think
own
it's
in the
not
cinemas,
probably, yeah. Sure, we'll see what's out tonight. He wants to do Monday because it's so much cheaper on Monday. So then he won't use up as much of the voucher.
Liffey Valley.
But it's like, it's a voucher. Just let's use it, you know what I mean? I don't want it to run out and it's like, because we couldn't find a Monday that suited, all of a sudden we can't use like 30, 40 euro of a voucher.
Yeah.
Anyway. So we're probably going to go tonight. I mean, after
Liffey
this...
Valley?
Yeah,
Go
most
cinema?
likely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've a lot of work to do, but I'm hoping... That sounds like him. I'm hoping we can find time this evening to do it.
I can't go to a cinema now and not have the VIP thing.
Really?
I've become spoiled, you know. I can't, I just...
What do you get? Like a sticky leather
You
chair?
get free food, you get a way comfy
What do you mean
chair.
free food?
You get free food.
What do you mean free? You're
You
paying
get
for the
free-
food.
Well, you're paying for the ticket, the food comes with it.
How much is the
It
ticket?
ends up working out cheaper. I've
So
looked
what's
at
the
it
ticket?
before. If you could get a ticket out of this place is €11.
So in Liffey Valley,
Actually, it might be more. I think it's.
it has to
Oh
be
no,
more.
not Liffey Valley.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, VIP where?
Sorry, Jesus, man. Sorry, I should have said
Yeah, Liffey Valley's pricey, like.
the Square.
The Square,
The Square.
Tala.
Yeah.
So in the Square Tala,
Mhm.
a normal ticket is...
11, 12,
Okay, and then the VIP is...
18.
18.
So you're getting an extra
It's a lot
€6
more.
for the more. Yeah.
But what are you getting with the VIP? What are the chairs
I
like?
told you, man. The chairs are super comfortable. You're getting your little private area where you feel like you're like the president up in the president's box.
You did tell me about this.
You're getting the free. Not that it's free food.
You get your Lincoln box, don't you?
That's
I
it.
don't know,
Lincoln
man.
box.
I'm comfortable with that. Speaking of presents.
It's worth the money.
Yeah.
It's worth the money if you like to go to the cinema and have a nicer experience than being sat down with the plebeians. I've gotten used to it and I've grown accustomed to it. You've so much room. You can stretch, you can
What kind of-
sprawl.
What about food-wise? What do you get? Like, do you get it during the movie, or do you have to
No,
get it before?
when you're getting your tickets, you get a popcorn and a drink. Coke,
Okay.
Sprite, Fanta. And it's not a small one either, I think it's a regular size one. Perfect amount. It's great. I love it.
Okay.
So I'm spoiled now. I've gone on.
I don't know if
just
it's
can't-
spoiled. If you're the kind of person that was always going to get popcorn and a drink anyway, it's very expensive at the cinema
Fucking
to
right.
buy fucking anything. So like, if it actually works out cheaper, plus you get to fucking sit in a comfortable chair, that does make sense to me.
That to me is the big one. I could take or leave the food.
But you're not going to spend €18 for a more comfortable chair.
It makes
That's
a
the big
huge
one?
difference. It
Really?
makes a fucking huge difference. Yeah.
And also, are you to the side of the cinema?
No, you're smack in the middle.
Oh, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
JFK style. Sorry, Lincoln style. I'm getting my presents mixed up.
Oh, sorry.
The way you described it in the past,
You-
I always imagined it as like a kind of a side theatre booth. That was the whole point of my kind of dark joke.
Shit, man. Sorry, no.
Okay, it's
You're
at the back.
essentially sitting right under
Under
the
the projector.
projector. Yeah.
Count me in.
It's great.
I
It's
am
great
sold.
and it's worth the money.
Yeah, we need to do this sometime.
The problem is there's only one screen in the square that shows them, and you're at the mercy of what they're showing on
Yeah,
that
so
screen.
you don't have a huge option of movies then, no.
For-
Well, we need to plan it. We need to go see something.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I'm going to see next?
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm going to see?
Star Wars? No. What are you going to see?
Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
it.
saw a really cool poster today.
Posters look a bit weird. I was saying this last night. The posters look a bit odd. They're a bit too airbrushed. Like Wonder Woman doesn't look like Wonder Woman.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, I like the one I saw today.
Yeah.
Just
Is it
on
like the
Facebook.
5 of them and it's
Yeah.
like 5 heroes? Is
I
that
think
it?
so,
It's
yeah.
like unite the
I
5
liked it
heroes.
because it was like they looked like action figures or something, and I was like, "That's kind of fucking cool." And then I walked down the street and I saw little tiny human action figures in a shop window, and I was like, "What the fuck's this?" Knocked on the door.
Oh, shit.
The guy was like, "Hello," and I was like, "Yeah, can I come in?" "Yeah, of course. 1 minute."
Where?
30 seconds went by. The door opened. He was like, "Hi, welcome," and I was like, "Hi, I'm Dave. Hi, I'm Jamie." He walked me in.
It was a shop?
The whole room was action figures of humans. So the whole...
Where?
Huh?
Where is this place?
So-
where is this wonderful?
Oh, let me tell you now. Okay. So, do you know... Is it called the Italian Quarter?
Yes.
Right.
The Italian corner. I know where you're talking about. I know
Corner
what
or
you're talking about.
quarter?
There's a restaurant called the Italian Corner, but I think that little area is where like Boojum and
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
Italian
but let's say you're on the
Quarter.
keys of that,
Mhm.
and you're passing that thing on your right. Where you're like, oh, there's that little alleyway with
So you're walking away from town.
walking away from there.
Oh, sorry, I know what you're talking about.
No,
I know
no,
what
no,
you're talking
no,
about.
no.
Yeah, I know.
The keys, the water's on your left, the Italian's on your right. That corner's down there. You're walking just straight on the footpath.
Yeah.
Right? The water's over there, Italian's there, you're walking this way.
Yeah.
Away from the Halfpenny Bridge, which would be across the road and back over your left shoulder. Make sense? And you're walking this way.
Yeah.
You keep going all the way until you get to that corner that is like Panty and the hemp store.
Mm-hmm.
But not that far. So like just before you take that right, it's like, I don't know. Like
It's not even a street. You can only walk
Sorry.
up, but it's pedestrianised.
It's right beside
The
the
Millennium
tea
Bridge.
rooms.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. It's before you take that right that would bring you to Panty Bar and the hemp store. So, and it's actually just the store before the tea rooms. And you go in, and basically for €20 you get a 3D scan. 68 cameras take a picture of you from every direction, and then you spend, depending on what size you want the figurine, 120 I think is the least you can pay. They're expensive, but they're fucking detailed. You get an action figure of yourself, you holding your dog.
They don't move though, do they?
Your
They're
family.
just a
No.
statue.
It's made out of like sand and something. It's just like a figurine
Yeah.
that you just place, and they're super light, and they're kind of fragile in
Yeah.
terms of like I think if you threw it on the ground, you then pick yourself up and your face would be like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
But like, but like holding it seemed quite sturdy. But
Yeah.
but lighter than I was expecting. Our mate Rod had one before.
He still has it, I'd imagine.
I presume, yeah. But it's pretty cool. If it wasn't so expensive, I probably would have done it too. But I was mesmerised because like straight away.
That'll get cheaper. That will get
has to.
cheaper with time. Yeah.
It has to. I mean, it's like this what do you call it? 3D printing.
Yeah.
In one way, isn't the most expensive part of that.
No.
It's the fact that you're stepping into a little booth
To scan. Yeah.
to scan your whole body from every direction, and then also it's not 100% perfect, so artists then have to fill in parts and kind of correct it a little bit. So that's where your money's going, and it is kind of worth it. I think it could be a nice gift and stuff.
Very egotistical, and that's the only problem. It's very.
In
Here's
one way.
a statue of me for you to look at a statue of me.
Yeah.
To me, it's
In a
more-
way,
yeah.
I think it's kind of cool though, because think about it, looking around the room, I was like, this is very interesting. I was very curious to look at all these things, and I realised this is almost like a more funky way of having a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a picture of yourself in your house, which I guess most people
So
probably
it's
wouldn't do, you wouldn't take a picture of yourself and just frame it. So maybe you wouldn't have just a statue of yourself up on the but unless it was like in an ironic way, like a funny thing, like there's me holding a sausage roll, you know, like that'd be fucking funny.
I've got this idea
Yeah.
whenever I own my own property.
Okay.
To have a room with cool. You remember Alan
Figurines?
who did the website for us?
I do.
Do you remember his fucking displays?
Yes, I remember.
Something super similar to that.
Yeah.
But I will have one of myself just stuck in between all these fucking ones of superheroes.
Oh,
and shit.
yeah, no, completely, man. That's exactly what I was thinking today. Cause
Just as but that's more of a humour. That's more of my type of humour.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and that's exactly where my head was going earlier, because he was actually showing me some funny ones that people had done that are from comic book stores and wanted a figurine of themselves.
Yeah.
And he was showing me those examples, and straight away I was thinking, if I was to do something like this, I would have to take the piss. I would have to do it hilarious. Like, you'd have to go in there in a Batman costume or something. And just have your stuff standing.
Can you do it naked? Can you go in and get scanned without any clothes on? And
I don't know how.
Get a little clothes for them and put them
I don't know how uncomfortable people would be there, but I'd say if you asked, you never know.
Not that I would. I'm just thinking.
I mean, there was one of the ones that they were like promoting was this tattoo artist who came in, and she just was wearing a bikini or bra or something to show off all her body work.
And she had the whole.
And she had herself as a figurine.
How accurate were the tattoos?
They look pretty cool.
Did
they had her as part of like a poster to show off what they can do.
Right.
There was like a male thing, a female thing, and then they had their cards everywhere. But it's in town, and I forget what it's called. Really? Go check it out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
nice.
Right.
That's us done, I think.
I think so too, dude.
Yeah. This ended up being a long one.
Longer than expected, yeah.
And the second half of this episode was way better than the first.
You think so? You didn't
Yes.
like the first?
Not that I didn't like the first half, but
Pacing.
there's more. Like, if you're not into UFC,
Yeah, fair.
you're not gonna you're gonna turn off after whatever.
Otherwise, thanks for sticking in.
Yeah,
Sticking
if
true.
you're still here.
See you, Facebook.
Bye bye, Facebook. Yeah.